Bloom and his staff hustle to put plans in place as a massive hurricane approaches New York. Max and Helen are planning a small wedding in New York. Martin and Iggy reach a fork in the route. Reynolds establishes contact with his father for the first time. When an elder care home closes, additional Amsterdam is obliged to take on a large number of new patients, as shown in New Amsterdam Season 4 Episode 21. Max has second thoughts about returning to London. Reynolds vents his own problems on his department, and the effects are terrible. Iggy's job makes him think about his marital and personal life. Season 4 finale episode opens with Helen telling Max that she will be at Heathrow in an hour and that she is shutting her suitcase. He assures her that this is true and that they would have a private ceremony at the Botanical Gardens with a few of their friends. He takes her flight number and expresses his eagerness to see her. Meanwhile, a massive hurricane is on its way, according to the news. When Iggy returns home with Martin, he explains why he feels the need to be the strong one, which requires him to be weak, and he doesn't want to be a broken bird. Mike becomes enraged, claiming that no one wants he wasn't broken more than he does and that it has been his go-to move for years, with no intention of changing. Mike walks out of the room. Lauren enters the nurses' station as Hurricane Alba, a Category 4 storm, approaches New York City and the surrounding area. Lauren phones Floyd to invite him in, but he declines. Max is getting married, so she can't call him. She approaches a large number of people and receives no response. She runs into Iggy at the cafe and tells her that she requested every department head in the hospital to guide them through the storm, but they all declined. He claims she didn't ask him, grabs the binder she's carrying, and declares himself the boss. Floyd comes across Horace, who believes he has come to assist him with some sandbags. Iggy is in an emergency and tries to catch everyone's attention by saying that everything that isn't nailed to the floor needs to be moved because they will most likely leak due to Hurricane Sandy. Then a man arrives with April, who is experiencing symptoms that are comparable to an ectopic pregnancy. Lauren notices a tattoo behind her ear and informs Layla that she has been sex trafficked. Max is out in the rain when he notices a man struggling to push a vending cart and offers to assist him. The power goes out in the hospital and the main grid goes down, but Iggy assures everyone that the generator will come on, which it does. Everyone ducks as a gust of wind shatters glass. There are no windows in the stairwells, so Iggy sends everyone to the stairwells. Max arrives at the hospital with the man he discovered near the cart, who has injured his hip. Floyd is assisting with the sandbags and Horace instructs him on how to better pack them. Horace assures him that he does not require any assistance and that he can complete the task on his own. A section of the roof suddenly collapses. Farid informs Max that his wife is going to murder him since they spent so much money on the cart. Max warns him that, while the cart may be replaced, his life cannot. Max keeps contacting Helen, but she doesn't respond. Farid informs him that he has soiled himself and Max notices blood and believes his kidney is failing. Iggy has ushered everyone to the stairway, where they will be secure from the storm. They begin to pass out one by one, and Iggy can't breathe and appears to be about to pass out. The gas leak in the stairwell was the reason of everyone's passing out. Max has an issue. He wants to bring Farid to dialysis on the 6th floor, so he takes him outside to the fire stairs. Lauren takes April to the bathroom for a urine sample and hands her 2 markers, instructing her to use the red one to write her name if she requires assistance, which she does. Meanwhile, Iggy is running into dead ends after dead ends while trying to keep everyone safe until a section of the roof caves in, bringing with it tons of water and electrical lines. There is no way they can get through, as you can see the electrical crackling. When the roof caved in, Horace's wife was injured. She has a bone protruding from her chest, and Floyd claims he needs his help to preserve her life. Lauren informs April that she is pregnant and that the pregnancy is ectopic, requiring surgery. April's companion replies no way and pushes her out of the hospital. Farid is transferred to the 6th floor and placed on dialysis. Max checks his phone for flight information, but there is none. Then the electricity goes out. April is pursued by Layla, who has the medicines she can take instead of surgery. With the lights go off, the guy suddenly sees that he is not pressing April. Little does he know, Lauren has her safe. Max can't help Farid since he lacks the necessary power. He encourages Max to inform his wife that she was his light when his life was at its darkest. The power comes back on right then. Farid phones his wife and Max double-checks the flight, which reveals it was over the ocean with no record. After loading Mrs. Carnegie into the ambulance, Floyd turns to Horace and says he demands answers, which Horace denies. Horace then informs him that he injured his shoulder while shifting the beam and requests that he be referred to a shoulder doctor. Floyd agrees. Lauren assures April that the social worker will assist her. However, she also wants to assist her buddy, and Lauren tells her that she is unable to do so. She reclaimed her future, but it came at a price. April said she never thought she'd be able to go until she was given the opportunity. Iggy informs Martin that he was in command during the storm and that the only thing holding him back was a voice in his head, which he identified as his own. Martin inquires as to what they are doing, and Iggy replies that he has no idea, but that he cannot be himself with him. Martin advises him to go immediately. Lauren is told by Layla that they make an excellent team. Lauren informs her that she will take her apartment until she has her visa and that she will not be with her, that she cannot be with her, and that she will go somewhere secure. Max dials a number for information about the flight and receives a message that she has arrived. When Floyd notices Max and asks if he may change his food, Max responds that they don't have a venue due to the storm. Floyd claims to have a thought. Everyone in New Amsterdam is transforming the roof into something magical so they can get married there. Helen calls Max and apologizes for not being able to help him. She was never able to board the plane. Max is left standing at the altar, staring at everyone. He informs everyone she isn't coming when she hangs up.